Mikel Arteta has just revealed his interest in signing the next Lamine Yamal, but Arsenal will need to face an old rival in this battle. Additionally, an excellent striker, currently outperforming Harry Kane, made a bombshell statement about his potential transfer to Arsenal. Meanwhile, Bukayo Saka was absolutely furious with Gabriel Jesus after a controversial incident during the match between Arsenal and Southampton. Stay with me until the end of the video to check out the latest Arsenal news straight from the Emirates Stadium. But before that, if you're as passionate about Arsenal as we are, don't waste any time and subscribe to our channel right now to stay updated on everything happening with the greatest team in the Premier League. And without further ado, let's dive into today's top news. It looks like Arsenal are on the hunt for young attacking talent, and they might have just spotted a future superstar. The Gunners brought in Raheem Sterling on loan during the transfer deadline in their quest for a new winger, but they're still looking for a longer-term solution. Bukayo Saka is the undisputed starter on the right wing, but having more backup for him would be a big plus. Now, it seems Arsenal could be eyeing one of Barcelona's brightest young talents to fill that role. Mikel Arteta is likely planning to add a young winger to his squad, someone who can deliver game-changing moments in front of goal while matching the speed and creativity that Saka and Gabriel Martinelli bring, and it looks like he may have found his next target. According to Mundo Deportivo, Arsenal have their sights set on Barcelona's starlet Arnau Pradas. The 18-year-old winger, who's left-footed but plays on both flanks, has been in red-hot form recently, scoring 3 goals in his last 3 appearances. When Pradas is on the right wing, he cuts inside onto his stronger foot, similar to fellow La Masia talent Lamine Yamal, who's been making waves in Barcelona's first team. Reports say Arteta has given the green light to go after Pradas, with concrete interest in the teenager. This is definitely a transfer to keep an eye on. Arnau Pradas is currently shining in Barcelona's under-19 SCs, a team managed by none other than Giuliano Belletti, a name Arsenal fans know all too well. Back in 2006, Arsenal faced Barcelona in the Champions League final, and things took a turn for the worse. Sol Campbell's goal gave the Gunners a glimmer of hope, even with 10 men, but goals from Samuel Eto'o and Belletti sealed the win for Barca. Belletti also had a stint at Chelsea, and if he has a say in Pradas' future, he might not be too eager to let such a promising talent go. That said, Arsenal could be sensing an opportunity. Barcelona's ongoing financial struggles might force them to cash in on some of their rising stars, and Pradas could be one of them, especially with Arteta showing serious interest. It could be a perfect time for the Gunners to make a move. Outstanding forward who's outscoring Harry Kane dreams of Arsenal transfer. Arsenal had a pretty solid summer transfer window. They locked in permanent deals for Ricardo Calafiori, Mikel Merino, and David Raya, while also bringing in Raheem Sterling and Neto on loan. Those moves have made Arteta's squad much more complete compared to last season, giving them a real shot at clinching the Premier League title. Now, Arsenal fans are eager to know if the club will dip into the transfer market again in January. Word is, one attacker has his sights set on a dream move to the Emirates. A lot of people think Arsenal still need to bring in a new striker. The Gunners chose not to bolster their attack this summer, even though they made a move for Benjamin Sesko. However, Sesko turned them down and decided to stay at RB Leipzig. Edu and Arteta weren't keen on spending big on another option, so it'll be interesting to see if that changes in one of the transfer windows in 2025. One striker who's been linked with a potential move to Arsenal is Omar Marmoush from Eintracht Frankfurt. The Egyptian has made a brilliant name for himself in the Bundesliga over the last 2 years. He scored 17 goals and provided 6 assists last season and has directly contributed to 12 goals in just 8 games already this term. Marmoush is destined for a big move one day, and Bildy journalist Christian Falk has claimed that the striker's dream is to join a club like Arsenal or Liverpool. He told Caught Offside, West Ham are in need of a young striker, and in the end, their ability to sign Omar Marmoush will come down to a question of money. Frankfurt are not prepared to sell the player in January, however, and have set a Euro 40-50M price tag for the next summer window. Smaller clubs like Nottingham Forest, who unsuccessfully bid 30 million euros this summer, and Fulham, who did hold interest in the player in the prior window, were ultimately not considered viable options for Marmoush to leave Frankfurt behind. That said, West Ham would have a chance next summer, though it shouldn't go unsaid that Marmoush still dreams of playing for top Premier League clubs like Liverpool or Arsenal. I don't think at the moment he's a striker made for the Big Six in England, but West Ham would be a perfect club for him. Meanwhile, he's performing very well in Germany and tops the Bundesliga scoring chart ahead of Harry Kane. Who is Omar Marmoush? Omar Marmoush is a 25-year-old attacker who's been making waves at Eintracht Frankfurt and for the Egypt national team. He spent most of his career so far playing in Germany. After spells with clubs like Wolfsburg, St. Pauli, and Stuttgart, Marmoush made the switch to Eintracht Frankfurt on a free transfer in 2023. And he's been nothing short of a star there. What makes him stand out is his versatility. He can slot in anywhere across the front three or even drop back into an attacking midfield role, which has only added to his growing reputation at Deutsche Bank Park. With performances like his, it's no surprise he's been drawing a lot of attention from other clubs. Since the start of this season, Marmoush has been on fire. He's already racked up 6 goals and 3 assists in just 5 Bundesliga games. To put that into perspective, he's outscoring Bayern Munich's superstar Harry Kane, who has 5 goals so far. Marmoush is an outstanding player with a lot of potential, and his future looks incredibly bright. However, whether or not his dream of wearing an Arsenal shirt will come true is something we'll have to wait and see. Bukayo Saka absolutely furious with Gabriel Jesus after what he did during Arsenal versus Southampton. Arsenal's Bukayo Saka wasn't exactly in high spirits during the 37th minute of the clash against Southampton. The Gunners have completely dominated the first half, which is no shocker at all. However, it's worth noting that Aaron Ramsdale hasn't had to make any significant saves yet. Saka has been lively on the right side, constantly making runs and putting pressure on Southampton's defense. He's been heavily involved in the attack and looking to create chances. Despite all of that, he hasn't managed to find the back of the net yet, and in that 37th minute, something Gabriel Jesus did during the game didn't help Saka's cause either. Jesus was given the start up front for Arsenal, with Raheem Sterling on the left flank and Kai Havertz taking a step back into a number 10 role. This was a significant chance for the Brazilian, especially since he hasn't been playing like his usual self for over a year now. He began the match on a strong note, showing some promise, but as the minutes ticked by, he started to fade into the background. Yet in the 37th minute, he had a golden opportunity to become the hero. Arsenal launched a counterattack and Jesus seized the moment to get on the ball. Meanwhile, Saka was making a run down the right side, completely free to sprint toward goal. A well-timed pass in his direction could have opened things up dramatically for the Gunners, but Jesus chose to cut back instead, and Saka was furious. The Arsenal number 7 could be seen putting his arms up in the air in frustration. The fans at the Emirates Stadium weren't too pleased either. As we said earlier, Jesus started the game well and showed off some good skills. He even bamboozled Southampton's Jan Bednarek and got him a yellow card. However, the most frustrating moment of the half was when he failed to pass the ball to Saka. One Arsenal fan tweeted, "We were a pass away from a repeat of Saka versus Spurs away last season. Jesus denied us." Another said, "Our best chance of scoring was that pass Jesus didn't play to Saka." Jesus is selfish, man. The pass to Saka was on, but he chooses to dribble, wrote another. But what about you, fan? What did you think of Jesus' attitude? Do you agree that the striker's time at the Emirates is already over? Leave your opinion in the comments section below. Well, folks, those were the main news for today. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated on everything happening with our beloved team, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for joining us, and until the next video.